Hello business students, and welcome to the first video for our distance education that we're doing here in April. I thought it would be a good opportunity to go through a currency exchange question because it's probably a pretty relevant topic right now, especially with currency levels around the world being pretty volatile, like Canada's, which is dipped below 70 cents in the last couple days for the first time in a while. So I thought since there's so much because there was so much interesting stuff going on with investing that we should look at an example that involves some investing. And we're going to use some real life data from right now. It's Thursday, April the 2nd at about 11:30. So all of the information I have here is from this specific time. It wants to drop $1,000 of Canadian money into Carnival Cruise Lines. Now, Carnival Cruise Line stock price is currently $8.04, as you can see. I just popped that data up for you. But that's $8.04 US. And since that's US dollars, we need to figure out, if I'm going to figure out how many stocks I want, I'm going to have to convert my money into Canadian dollars first. So we need the exchange rate, obviously, between Canada and the US, and I've got the exchange rate right there, as you can see. One Canadian dollar is equal to 0.71 United States dollars, as recently as I could get here. So I've got, looks like March 27th, 2020, but I'm pretty sure that was the current one. I think that's just as good as I could get with that chart. Anyways, so when you see the exchange rate written like that, what you basically want to do is, remember I said in the lesson that the exchange rates are usually listed by two currencies. And this one, because Canada comes first there where it says Canadian dollars, I'm going to write this exchange rate as CAD USA, and then I'm going to put the 0.71 on the end of it. Now, just a reminder, the reason why we do that is because if we're converting from Canadian to US, that means we're going to multiply our amount by that 0.71. But if we're going backwards from the US to Canada, then we're going to divide the amount by 0.71, which does make sense. If we're converting from US dollars to Canadian dollars, we should have more Canadian dollars because Canadian dollars is not worth as much. In fact, if you divide by 0.71, the amount of money or the amount of dollars that you'll have will increase. Same as vice versa. If you're going from Canadian to US dollars, we multiply by 0.71, which actually decreases the amount of dollars we have, but same amount of money because it's just in a different currency rate. Now, since $1,000 I'm given here needs to be converted from Canada to US, that means that we're going to be using the multiplying method here. So to find my amount, I'm going to take my, let's see, US dollars equals, I'm going to take my $1,000 that I'd like to invest, and I'm going to multiply it by 0.71, which is pretty straightforward. And that should give me $710 worth of money to invest. Now that I know my stocks are $8.04, should be a pretty easy step to simply divide this by $8.04 and see how many stocks that we get. Number of stocks. All right, so that's going to be $710 divided by $8.04. Now, when you buy stocks with investments online, you can't actually purchase like parts of stocks and stuff like that. So we're going to keep all the decimals as it is. And if it says it's like, 90.2 stocks, then it's 90.2 stocks. It's not a problem. We'll just kind of wing it with what we have, just because it's going to make the next part of the question a little bit easier. So if I take the 710 here, I'm just getting my calculator out, divide by 804, that gives me 88.3 stocks. Oh, there's the lead in my pencil breaking. So at that point, that tells us that, and since that's what the question wants to know, how many stocks am I going to receive? Therefore, I'll receive 88.3 stocks. Not too bad. Not too bad. Now, obviously, this is, as you can see at the top, part one. So we're going to come back to this in the next part of the video and look at what happens in the future and how we can calculate how much money we either made or lost. So stay tuned. All right, so here's the second part of the question where we're going to look 2 years in the future. In this situation, I have moved to Japan, and it's 2 years later. I still have my stocks, and I decided to hold on to them, hoping that they would come back up in price. And while I'm in Japan, they go up to $96.14, which is pretty good. That's when I decide to sell it to my friend in Japan. And the question is, how many yen am I going to receive for my stock? So it's just similar to the last question, but we're just kind of working backwards. And don't forget, that's how much you'll receive for the stocks. But if you want to calculate your actual profits, which is what you'll actually get taxed on, you'll want to subtract the amount of money you initially invested in the stocks as well. Anyway, so let's get to work on this one. We remember from the last question that we had 88.3 stocks in Carnival Cruise Lines. And now I can calculate the total value, the total new value in US dollars. And we'll just leave everything in US dollars until we get our answer, and then we'll convert it over to yen using, again, today's exchange rates. So here we're going to take our 88.3 stocks that we have, but I'm going to sell them for $96.14 US. And that's going to get me quite a bit of money, which is pretty good. Let's see, 88.3 times, nope, that's not 0.3, 88.3 times 96.14, that gives me 751,000, and that can't be right. 88.3 times 96.14. That's better. I didn't think we could have made $88,000 or $880,000 there. I think I must have missed a decimal point. Sorry, I've got $8,489.16. Let me just get rid of some of those. There we go. All right, so that's how much money they're worth in US, but obviously we're going to have to convert that to yen because I live in Japan now, and I deal in yen. And I put the exchange rate up there for you. So like based on that, let's see. Notice how Japanese yen comes first. So it's JPY USD exchange rate is 0.0093. Now in this case we have US dollars and we're going back to Japanese yen. So we're going to be dividing our amount by this number here. That's going to make this quite large. You're going to notice we're going to have quite a bit of yen here. Let's see what it ends up becoming. So let's see, JPY is going to be the $8,489.16 divided by 0.0093. And divided by 0.0093 gives us 912,813.1 Japanese yen. That is not bad. I mean, it seems like a lot of money, but remember, as I said, the exchange rate being really low like this doesn't necessarily mean the Japanese yen is weak. It just means that their currency is structured in a different way. They don't have dollars. Their main currency that they use to convert stuff is basically equivalent to about a penny.